There are few anime that define the mid-noughties more than Higurashi When They Cry. Based on a visual or sound novel, as it was referred to at the time, it grew to include even more chapters, a manga, a live-action film, and now 2 anime adaptations. It was a hugely influential part of Japanese psychological horror in visual novels that have expanded out to all parts of Japanese pop culture. So, here's 5 things you need to know about Higurashi. Higurashi has often suffered in adaptation. The original novel has clues, mysteries, and secrets that take hours upon hours to fully get to grips with. This is the way the original story was told, but adaptations have felt massively compressed in an effort to just reach the end of the stories. Writer Ryukishi07 understands this, but hopes that people will find a similar appeal in these adaptations. And when asked which adaptation he prefers at Anime Expo, he said that his favourite is the manga version. In fact, he appreciated the manga artists so much that he invited many of them to work on a later project, Rose Gun Days. The original art in Higurashi isn't particularly polished. It was drawn by Ryukishi himself as part of a small Doujin Circle release at Comiket, and later received updated art in subsequent releases. But for both the anime adaptations, they've employed character designers renowned for their ability to create cute characters to create new versions of this cast. For the 2006 anime, this was Kyuta Sakai, a designer who'd previously worked on Ichigo Marshmallow and today works on ReZero. And in the case of the 2020 anime, they brought on Akio Watanabe, who made a name for themselves through the Monogatari series. Both artists have the range to make convincingly lovable characters who eventually become a lot scarier. Higurashi's village is a real place, although Ryukishi didn't put too much thought into it. His younger brother had a book of the 100 most beautiful villages in Japan, and when they turned to the page with Shirakawa-go, he decided that that would be the basis. I've actually been there myself, and unfortunately it's not as eerie as you'd expect. While writing the series, Ryukishi was hoping there'd be some form of collab to promote the town, and later, that happened, with a Higurashi stamp rally taking place in the historical village. While the later releases of the visual novel had illustrated backgrounds, the original was just edited photographs. So having a real location to base it on helped a lot, but it also meant they were kind of restricted by reality. So Ryukishi would write these stories only for his editor or those in his circle to reprimand him, saying, "Where are we meant to find that location?" It also meant that the weather could stop him from writing outdoor scenes. For instance, once it starts snowing, they can't get any background photos, so they can't do anything new outside. Although his editor did muse that so many people have been visiting Shirakawa-go due to Higurashi that he probably could just ask fans for their photos to use in the game. An anime adaptation always starts with one person trying to convince lots of other companies to help make an anime. Usually this person is from a large company, but in the case of Higurashi, it was Takeyuki Nagatani, an independent producer who specifically tries to connect creative people to large companies to get interesting projects made. He usually is involved in creating original anime like Shirobako, Black Fox, and Flip Flappers, but he makes an exception for manga or visual novels that he's personally a fan of. And so, because of his love for Higurashi, he was able to assemble a new team for a new anime. Thanks for watching OTAQUEST in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.